guys, those guys lost their jobs, for fuck's sakes.
I'm about to say some shit, and Jerry wouldn't made us go live, so I'm glad I didn't say it.
Oh, damn it, you wasn't supposed to be paying attention.
I'm about to say some shit that got me in trouble, Jerry.
Yeah, my bad. Good thing. Oh, damn, this banana is bad as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
Remember, don't eat.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I'm about to ask.
That's how Jerry got in trouble. Alright, so we live. He gonna kick it off, X-Bot or what? Best Bot?
Are we gonna kick it off? We're gonna be like, what's up? No, honestly, I just want. It's been a lot. You know, we didn't have a podcast last week, but our last podcast we had the interview with Making Games for Rage and Justice, and we got the scoop on that game. We were able to put out an article on that game, what they're planning to do with additional content. So check that out, hardknotgamers.com. Actually, I really want to finish this banana right now.
You eat that banana, I'm eating peanuts.
Nuts?
This is how we start the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway.
Bananas and nuts. This is great.
Jerry down in a whole banana, and Nick over eating nuts. So yeah.
Oh, banana nut bread. All we need is bread. To be right.
Right.
Yeah, no, so check out the Rage and Justice. We got some exclusive news on that game on hardknotgamers.com. We were talking. Yeah, I really want to set up a meet and greet since I got really close. Except for Fame, he's all the way in good old Texas.
Hey,
and,
man.
I'm here in the Northeast, but whether it be fellow YouTubers or subscribers, I really want to. I'm in New Jersey now, so I know there's a lot of people out in this area that I want to set up and meet. Hopefully, we all can meet. I'm meeting with King Dre, I think, next week, possibly.
That's the first time y'all meeting?
Yeah, in person. Yeah, you would think we were met before, like, cause I be hitting Dre up all the time for all sorts of sugar.
I've been trying to get this set up for the longest. I've been trying to get us to fly to these conventions together.
Yeah, we need to, man. Yo, Demi said send him the link. He trying to get in. I don't know what's wrong.
Tell Demi to scroll up.
Scroll up. They can't see that we live already.
He said it ain't working.
All right, so I'm gonna have to send him. Is there another way to send this thing? Let's see. Let me drop this one and be like, sound like I'm about to get interrupted anyway. Yep. My daughter is scheming.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know why my mic shows like it's not working.
All right, that one's for Demi.
Good, Matt.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Matt? How you doing?
I'm cool.
Welcome. This is episode 10, by the way. And we actually formally, officially didn't start, but I just wanted to hit the live button so we can at least have some sort of interaction. And Demi made it right on time. So I think that's it for... What the hell is my daughter doing? Michaela, what are you doing?
Nice.
Oh, man. But what's up, Demi? How you doing?
I'm good. How you guys feeling?
Good. We're all right.
Good, bro.
Good.
Hold on one moment, you guys. Somebody talk some shit. I'll be right back.
We was talking shit earlier about how your wife was whooping your ass because you couldn't pick the ottoman up by yourself.
Oh man.
Wow.
Y'all missed it. He was struggling. He had to put it on his knees and kind of waddle to the back with the ottoman. Now you hear us start whooping his ass in the back. Like, you half a man, motherfucker.
Oh no.
I'm bullshitting.
That world star life. Oh
I'm
man.
bullshitting. Yo, I can't believe Kid actually hit that live button, but we ain't live yet. We gonna just bullshit around.
All right, somebody sounded like somebody was talking about me. My ears is itching.
Yeah, man. You know Demi always talking shit about you.
Man,
Right.
then we don't do nothing but play games and review stuff.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, welcome to episode 10 of the Writer's Block podcast. It's Kid Smooth from hardknotgamers.com. This is the official podcast for hardknotgamers.com. And I'm not going to introduce anybody because they like to talk shit, so I'm going to let them introduce they themselves.
We are not all guilty. We are not all guilty.
Hey, I'll be the first to admit it. I'm guilty. I was talking shit, and I am Fame Entertainment, your COO of Hard Not Gamers. Thank you guys for joining in once again. We appreciate you guys every time you guys come through and listen to all the BS we got to say and listen to us talk about games. Thank you guys for joining. And before I move on, don't forget we got 2 giveaways that are going: Quantum Break and Uncharted 4. They'll be ending fairly soon, so make sure you guys go to the website, enter contest, register to our site, and join those 2 giveaways.
Yep. Who's next? What about the guy holding the 2 controllers?
Oh, hey, how you guys doing? DemiGodReviews here. I haven't been as active on here as I should have been, but I'm back. How's everybody feeling? Got some new reviews coming for you guys this week, so stay tuned. It's going to be live in action. Finally got my Division review coming, and I finally booted up Firewatch to beat it and review it for you guys. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Glad to be back.
Welcome back.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And what's up, Undead?
Oh, what's up, everybody? Another week, another podcast. Well, I can't say it's another week, another podcast. We've been on a bit of a hiatus, so it's good to be back. And
It's only been a week, bro.
I don't know, man. I've been sick, and I don't even know where my head's at. So it'll be a fun day for games.
And the one who hasn't been here, Nicomodius. Is it Nicole or Nickelodeon?
Well, today I am Nicole apparently, but it's normally Nicodemus. But yeah, first time on the podcast, writer for HKG, an aspiring YouTuber. Just excited to be here, ready to get at it. Don't call me Nicole, please.
Yeah, say it again.
Nicodemus.
Nicodemus. Nicodemus.
Yeah, but we got 2 Nicks here, so I guess we're calling Undead and me Nick today.
Well, he's always been Undead.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Nick when I'm getting irritated.
Okay.
And by the way, why before we wait, we got one more. I forgot about Matt. Before you introduce yourself, Matt.
What's going on, everybody? First time on the podcast. I'm Matt, or NewType86 on hardnotgamers.com, and just thanks for having me.
And so while I got all you bitches in this podcast, we ain't had an article up in 5 days.
Hey,
so we find somebody today.
Hey, I posted something today, okay? Ain't been much news though.
Yeah, it ain't been much. It was a holiday weekend, so we apologize for those of you who use our site for your news, and your opinionated, stuff. So we should be back and rolling.
We're not about just posting clickbait articles. It's got to be
there you go.
Some substance. So yeah.
There you go. All right, and Kiss Move has the topics, and he went mute and deaf again. So we're gonna start off with the with what you guys think about the Xbox One games for gold in April. We all know that people like to go back and forth on, whether the games are free, that we're basically paying for them when we get, for our yearly subscriptions to these things. But what do you guys think about the games for gold in April? And what do you guys think about people comparing it to PSN? Is it really a fair comparison? Do you guys okay with the games you're getting from both? What do you guys think about that? What you think, Nick?
I think that the Xbox games with gold is shitting on PlayStation right now. I mean, I don't really have a problem with the PlayStation games per se, but when you compare the two, then yeah, I got a problem because I really feel like PlayStation at this point should be delivering some better quality games. I could see the first year the reason why we were getting a bunch of indies. I could see the reason why, but now we should be at least getting games like Knack. At least the games that were released. We should at least be getting that. At least the games that were released when it first dropped. I mean, so it is a little disappointing, to be honest, when you compare it to the Xbox One lineup. But I mean, it is what it is. Maybe they'll learn this time around. Maybe they'll surprise us. Hopefully.
Yeah, but the PlayStation games before, up till this point, like I remember on PS3, the PS3 free games used to absolutely destroy the Xbox games with gold.
That's a fact.
Like, that is like hardcore facts. Like, they were giving away like AAA titles on PSN, and meanwhile we were getting like, Xbox Live Arcade titles and shit like that. So it's a little bit of a turnaround, but I think that because Microsoft's now doing it with Sunset Overdrive, I think you will start seeing launch titles on the PS4 start coming up. Because I think Microsoft's going to start. I wouldn't be surprised if Rise is up there soon, or some of the other like early Xbox titles start popping up in the games with gold. I hope Sony matches because when I get my hands on PS4, woo boy, that's going to be great.
Do you think it's because Sony's gotten lax and the roles haven't been reversed? Could you make that comparison from last generation? Do you think it's because they got lax and they just like, oh, whatever.
You know what? I definitely have to agree with that because I felt like I love owning an Xbox One now because back on 360, I felt like Microsoft didn't really have to try. They just did whatever because they could do whatever. Now they have to fight for their fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Sony's suffering some complacency. Who knows? But it's too early in the generation to tell, really, right?
Yeah. What's this, year 2?
Yeah, year 2 or 3. Can't remember.
What are your thoughts, Matt?
With the games with gold in April, there's no comparison because Xbox is clearly better this month at least. I mean, what they got Sunset Overdrive and Dead Space. Sunset Overdrive itself would have been fine.
The Wolf Among Us is a pretty big draw as well.
That's the whole series too, isn't it? Like all the episodes.
It's the whole first season, I believe.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
What's the PlayStation games for April?
I don't know.
They haven't
I don't think
announced
anyone's
yet.
cares.
So there's still hope, guys. There's still hope.
There's still hope. It's March 29th. Like, what is the
They
game?
always do. They always wait till the last minute with those games.
I think you guys hit on something big when you guys said Sony's kind of gotten relaxed a little bit. They may be relaxed and maybe this or, but like I said, I love the competition with companies. The more they compete, the better it is for us. I'm hoping they see Xbox's April games like, you know what, let's get them with something big to counteract. Because Sony's really, really good at counterpunching this generation. Microsoft does something, and Sony comes with a great counterpunch every single time. So let's hope they have a good counterpunch for April. Demi, what's your thoughts on it, man?
I think even though I got both games and I've completed them both and got every achievement, I still think it's a good thing for them. I'm proud to see that Microsoft is finally stepping up in some of their games with gold. In fact, March alone was already a big step up. So seeing them do something like this and make it even bigger, it's not bad. Some very solid choices between the two, from Sunset Overdrive to Wolf Among Us. I didn't think that they were going to do something like that. So as long as Microsoft keeps bringing it out, Sony's going to bring it out just to counter it and do something even better. So we're going to be getting games out the wazoo for a minute from both companies.
I'm happy that Sunset Overdrive is there because now hopefully it brings more life to it and I can get those Chaos Squad achievements.
Yeah, I'm mad because I already unlocked all of them. Already did everything. So I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Sunset's a good game, man. I had it physically. I bought it and I beat it, and then I didn't really play Chaos too much. I didn't have people that were still playing it. So I actually got rid of my physical copy. So it'd be good to get another digital copy and continue off where I left off. It's actually probably the most underrated, underappreciated games on the Xbox One. People always complain about how the Xbox doesn't have variety, they don't have this, they don't have that, and they actually gave you guys a game that was different, and people didn't support it like should have got supported to the point where I don't believe they left it open for if anybody beat the game, they left it open for part 2, and I don't think we're going to get one.
They left it open for a sequel completely.
And I just don't see us getting one. If we do get one, I don't see it still being. Well, I don't because Microsoft doesn't own the IP. I know they said they didn't own it, so they left it open for it to go to multi-plat just to have a sequel, which is a shame because it's actually a really, really fun game. All right, so Kids Move has gone on and mute again, so I guess I'm still taking over a role as host. So recently it came out that the PlayStation 4K or PlayStation 4.5K might actually be a real thing. I know a lot of people went into it immediately reading headlines and saying, oh, the PlayStation 4 will be running games in 4K while the Xbox is struggling with 1080p. People decided not to read articles and realize that this is basically just for movies, things like that. So what do you guys think about the PlayStation 4K, PlayStation 4.5? What do you guys think it will be? And do you guys think it's a good move for them to push this out and kind of not really divide the PlayStation community, but to have a better performing place? Because usually when we get another iteration of a console, it still plays the same. This was actually supposed to be a step up. What do you guys think about them pushing out a better performing PlayStation.
It's
Let's
gonna
start with
divide.
Demi. Go ahead, Demi.
It's gonna divide the fan base personally, especially if it's gonna be better performing than the things you already gave out. I feel like it's gonna create a division where people don't want to go out and buy another console just to have it perform better than what they already have.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of different reports though. I'm hearing a report that it's going to be upscaled to 4K. I'm hearing a report that the games are going to be compatible between both systems. So I don't know, man. I really don't know what to think because I really got to hear what Sony's got to say about it because, I mean, it could be just like you said, it could just be movies in 4K and just, you know, games in 1080p 60 frames guaranteed, you know. I really don't know what to think. I mean, if it was... It's probably going to be a slim version that allows you to play games in 1080p 60 frames. It's not going to be 4K. I highly doubt that. I just don't see that happening. But, you know, for me, I would be interested in it if I would trade in. I could see myself trading in my PS4 to get it just to get a little higher performance. As long as the price is decent as well. That's another thing. But I don't know. I got to hear from Sony, dude, before I get any type of hype for this thing at all.
Matt, what you thinking, buddy?
Yeah, until Sony says something, I take everything I hear with a grain of salt. But really, what I think is going to happen is it's just going to be a slim version that can play 4K UHD Blu-rays. Because I think, to my knowledge, that Sony doesn't even have a flagship regular 4K UHD Blu-ray player. So if they're just waiting to make it for the PS4, they might be able to corner the market on that like they did with DVDs and Blu-ray. I mean, why buy a like $200 Samsung UHD Blu-ray player if you can get a PlayStation 4 that already does it, and it does more?
Do you guys think people will, well, I know people have 4K, but do you think enough people will have 4K TVs in, let's say, 2017 when this thing properly will launch to make it even remotely appealing?
Next year, I can see that because the prices are starting to drop already. They aren't ridiculously priced like they were when they first released. So, yeah, next year, I can see that being more of a thing.
Because it's not going to drop this year. There's no way because of PSVR. I don't see that happening. So, if it is going to drop, if it is a thing, it's going to be next year, I think.
I only got a couple of concerns with it. Like, if they want to do, like, the video streaming and everything else in 4K makes sense to me, but like the gaming in 4K, I've got major doubts about. Because, like, 4K, yes, it's going to be a huge thing. It's going to be the next standard eventually. But for the console market to go from, like, there's some games that don't even run on 1080 on the PS4, to go from barely hitting 1080 to hitting 4K, there's going to be a significant hardware drop, and let's face it, who here is going to spend more than $500 on a console?
Exactly. If you're trying to game in 4K, I mean, you're paying up into the thousands. I mean, you got people with 980 Ti's and all types of stuff, and they're barely playing at 4K. So I think it's something that's not coming. But what do you guys think about if the rumors are true and the PlayStation 4.5 really does perform better than a regular PS4? Doesn't that mean that the devs team have to spend more time to have to optimize two different PlayStations?
I don't even think that's going to happen, though. I don't even think it's going to be an upgraded PlayStation 4. It'll be a PlayStation 4. I don't think, one, you're not gaming in 4K, and I don't think you're gaming in freaking 60 frames per second with it. Because in order for that to happen, one, you're asking for a failure. Because in case you have to then make a separate game for a separate platform. So it's like you're going to have, here's the PlayStation 4.5 version that runs in 60 frames per second, and then you have the regular PlayStation 4 version that may run in 28 to 32 frames per second. Who knows? So it's like I don't see that idea being like a sellable, a marketable idea. Because how do you market a PlayStation 4.5? I think it really just becomes something where like how the Xbox 360 was when they made it smaller and it ran a little bit better, but it didn't change the outcome of how the games were played. It was just quieter. It was sleeker, and you might have some features that the PlayStation, your OG PS4 may be able to get via update, but I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to be like groundbreaking or going to change your gaming experience. In no way is playing 4K. I'm sorry, it's just not.
That's what I said. It's gonna create a divide in the community, bro.
Let me state this. Let's say for some reason, let's throw 4K aside. We all know that's not going to happen. Let's say it actually does do better with 1080p and 60 frames per second. Let's say it does play better. You know how a lot of PlayStation guys like to make fun of the Xbox One when it's hitting 900p, 30 frames per second, or whatever it may be. Will we see PlayStation fans go at each other for saying, hey, you're stupid, PlayStation 4 only does 900p, 60 frames per second, you stupid pony. My PlayStation 4 is 1080p, 60 frames per second. Like, will we see that nonsense, or with the hypocrisy not be shown?
Anything is possible in this community. Anything is possible, man. I'm never surprised by these people in this community.
We're gonna see PlayStation guys turn against each other because your PlayStation 4 doesn't play as high resolution as my PlayStation 4.
See, and that's what absolutely floors me. Is so far, like, there's been a ton of clickbait articles on this. There is no solid information on this.
Yeah.
Right now. All it is speculation and clickbait.
That's why you have not seen articles on HKG.
The amount of people that are like, yeah, we'll support this. Yet a couple of weeks ago when we were talking upgradable Xboxes, people were like, no, that's a dumb idea. So upgrading the one you have is stupid, but going out and buying a whole nother console is okay. It doesn't really correlate with me. Like, I would feel insanely burnt. Like, I haven't bought a PlayStation 4 yet, so if this thing turns out that the PlayStation 4.5 or whatever is, like, super better than the PlayStation 4, I'm going to feel great, because I'm just going to go buy that one. But, like, I would feel bad if I'm one of the 40-plus million people that bought a PS4 at launch, and now PlayStation's like, oh, well, you know what, it's 3 years later, and we're going to give you hardware that we could have given you on the original PS4. It just kind of burns me a little.
I don't think they knew that the PlayStation 4 was selling as great as it is. I think like I said, I'm pretty sure all of this is it can stream movies in 4K. But, you know, I doubt at the beginning of this hardware, beginning of this generation, they didn't think the PlayStation 4 would sell this much. So at this point, if it is true, which I doubt it, they feel as if they can put out whatever and people are going to buy it.
Yeah, you know, they might just put a 4K Blu-ray drive in there just to get more Sony 4K drives in houses at like a cheaper rate. That's the only thing it might be, honestly. It might be a PS4 that can play a 4K DVD, a 4K Blu-ray. That's what it might be. That's the only thing I'm giving.
If it's not going to improve the performance of the games, I'm not going to be interested. I mean,
but it's not. It can't. It can't. You can't improve because your PS4, the PS4 you own now, then that game needs to be improved. Why do that? That makes no sense. For it to have another upgraded PS4 to improve gameplay, it can't do it. It just won't work. Because what are you gonna just make everybody's PS4 like you get the 4.5 for free upgrade? What is that? What is being like watched? I don't know if I'm listening to like a voice message or something.
Oh, y'all can hear that? That's the division. Oh, my bad.
I was like, all right. But no, yeah, that's all I give it. It's not going to improve gameplay. It is not. It is not. And the reason, and just to clear something up, because people will be going at me because it's like, oh, Kid Smooth, you just did a video about an upgraded Xbox. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. With the upgraded Xbox and the upgraded PlayStation is that the upgraded Xbox isn't really like, okay, let's divide the community. They're building the game on the UWP, so it'd be it's like, okay, all the games are going to run on every platform that we got. If you decide to have this extra Xbox, you can run it better. Just like if you play the game on a PC, you can run it better. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the same game. It's not going to be a game that has to be modified for your OG Xbox One. So, and that's where I kind of I stray away from the upgraded Xbox idea. I think it's an idea, but I don't think it's going to be a reality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I just find it ironic because now that we're talking, We're talking about upgrading consoles and everything. And the main reason that most people play on consoles is affordability. You don't want to be upgrading every 3 or 4 years, which is apparently the major downfall of PC gaming. And now if these companies start releasing consoles every 3 to 4 years that are upping the game, so to speak, then why wouldn't anyone just switch to PC? The games are cheaper, the upgrades are less frequent than that. It just kind of doesn't make sense from a standpoint. I think both the Xbox One and PS4 suffer from subpar hardware, and the companies are starting to realize this while developers are sitting there going, this is the best we can give you. And they're like, oh. So they're trying to figure out how they're going to fix this problem. Because let's face it, it's 2016, and a lot of games still don't run properly on either system. Like if you watch a Digital Foundry, most games still have frame rate drops. Everything else, it shouldn't be happening as frequently as it does.
Here's the thing, it's like, I don't know. I know the PS, if it's, like I said, if it's anything, it's going to be a slimmer PlayStation 4 with a 4K Blu-ray drive that you can literally buy it or go red box of 4K Blu-ray and pop it in your PS4 instead of getting like an expensive ass 4K DVD player. So.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because when I got my PS3, I remember being super hyped about the Blu-ray player, because at that point, Blu-ray players were still, like, stupid expensive. And being able to play Blu-rays in my PS3 was fantastic.
Yeah. It is what it is, but what I think the worst thing that upgraded PS4 or upgraded Xbox can do, where you put yourself in a position where developers are going to have to make a different port to a game, and then to experience the best version on a console, you have to get another console, and it makes no sense. You might as well just drop the PlayStation 5 right then and there. Or never mind, because if you call it the PlayStation 5, it's still going to be underpowered. So, Clickety, where did Fame go?
He gone. I don't know where that man went.
Dropped out. And in that case, also I wanted to talk about something. All right. So VR, there's been a lot of talk about VR, and I feel like there's been a whole lot of big push from people to try to sell the idea of VR. I know there's this big idea that there is a conversation, there's a battle going on, and I tweeted like I don't understand the VR versus I have no interest in VR. So the thing is, you have the PlayStation fans, the fan base about the PlayStation VR, how it's like it's going to be like the next great thing. You have to try it. You can't knock it till you try it. I understand that. But the thing is, I feel like it's this only an ongoing conversation between the PSVR fans and then the people that's absolutely not interested in VR at all. And I'm like, why are they having this conversation with the people that are investing in Oculus? and that's why sometimes I wonder. It's like, if PlayStation VR versus Oculus, where does that stand? I know Oculus is pretty much almost in people's hands now, right? I know it's coming soon, if it's not out already, and then you got PSVR in October. That's where the focus should be. But lately it's been really VR versus I have no interest in VR. And I want to see where it boils down to the people that's going to be playing Oculus, people that's going to be on PlayStation VR, and then the other ones that we really don't care about. But I don't have all the answers on VR because I paid 0 minutes on researching it or what I might be interested in because I have no interest in it. But I'm pretty sure somebody in this podcast has a vested interest in virtual reality.
I'll go first. I think that the people who actually tried the VR, they're warring with the people who have no interest in it because they can't believe that you don't have an interest in it. So, like, the people that actually tried it, I do believe that they do like it. Like, they do have an interest in it, that they wholeheartedly believe that this is the future. I personally, I'm not interested in VR whatsoever. I went to PSX. They had long lines of people trying out this VR with the headset on their face, and I'm kind of like, I don't kind of want that on my face for one thing. I'm not too keen on the idea. I think it's going to make me sick. There's just a lot of things I'm worried about when it comes to VR. But I do respect the people who actually tried it and they really, really feel like it's going to be the next big thing. Also, I watched your video actually, Smooth, regarding this, and I didn't even think about this, but and you got me worried now. Thank you. But this VR thing taking off could possibly hinder the amount of regular games that we get if it actually does take off and it is successful. I never even thought about that, so I'm kind of on the bandwagon now that I don't want this thing to succeed to, like great heights. I mean, I don't want it to fail, but then again, I'm like, I really don't want to see a reduction in regular games for this, because I just don't have any interest, man. I'm gonna have to try it. Honestly, I'm just gonna have to try it myself, like at a Best Buy, GameStop, or something.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't see it. I don't. So.
Yeah, I see. And the thing is, and I feel bad for shit, and like I hope it fails or anything like that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me growing up, and I want to keep things standard. Maybe I have to try it. Maybe it could be like, you know what? Why did I ever not want this to exist? But the thing is that what happens is, how are they going to develop games for it? I want to know what the trend of games were going to be like. Like, playing on Kinect got boring really quickly. I was like, I didn't want to do any. If it wasn't Kinect Sports or Dance Central, I didn't want to play it. You know, so it was But the problem with the when the Kinect came out at the end of the 365 cycle, we got less games, mainstream games. We got more of Kinect add-on games and more Kinect focused games, and those weren't really the greatest titles. And I'm imagining, all right, VR takes off, it sells 10 million in its first month or some shit like that, even though they probably don't even have enough to sell that much. But say it does something like that, and it was like, okay, we're going to have to they'll have games in development for like just PlayStation 4, and like, all right, let's port it to VR. And that's the thing that bothers me. I'm not going to say that's exactly what's going to happen, because it may not, but it does worry me because history repeats itself, and we've seen things like that happen with other add-ons and peripherals and whatnot. So.
See, I don't know. I'm not, like, I've tried VR. I had a friend that had an Oculus dev kit. He let me screw around with it. I've got health issues involving my stomach and everything else, so I got insanely nauseous within about 10 minutes of using it. And I tried it a couple of times after that. I had the same problems. So VR really doesn't hold anything for me because of that. Like, I'm not going to play 10 minutes of VR every hour until I feel sick and then put the headset down and wait an hour, play a bit. So VR really doesn't have much of a depth for me. That's been the main complaint with some people. I won't say a lot of people, but some people that have gotten hands-on. I know a lot of YouTubers that had early Oculus kits said that they couldn't play it for more than 20 or 30 minutes because of nausea, head spins, everything else. So that's obviously something that it's going to vary person to person. I really don't want this to fail, but I want the people that buy it to enjoy it. Like, I don't want someone to spend the $3.99 for PSVR, get it, they play it for 15 minutes, find out what I found out, that you can't play it, and then you'd be stuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't want it to fail, but like, I highly, highly encourage people, instead of just buying something that isn't even out till November, hold off.
Yeah, try it, and make sure. Like, I'm not sure, like, we don't really have them up where I live right now, but I've heard people saying in, like, Best Buy and shit, you can try it, like, the Oculus, I think the HTC one or not, I'm not 100%. Oh, word, Best Buy?
No, nobody wants to try the HTC one, honestly. I don't. To me, what it looks like the weakest one. Now, as far as I think the only way I can appreciate virtual reality is not playing games that are immersive virtual reality games where I'm like, no, I think the only way I can appreciate VR if I'm playing the same games with the controller with just my personal screen on my head. That's the only thing where I can appreciate it. But then again, I won't pay $500-$600 for it just to do that. So I would be happy paying actually $150-$200 just to play my regular games with a VR headset on. That's the only as far as I can go with it. But
Hey, can I ask you guys this? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and you guys might have talked about this already, but I know there are rumors or speculation that the PSVR is supposed to be compatible with PC at some point.
it's in talks.
So
Yeah.
does that mean we're going to get PlayStation games on PC so they can be VR? Or because I'm pretty sure people who got PC, they care about power, spec, which one can do the best. And compared to Oculus, it's not even a contest with PSVR and Oculus. But if Sony wants to bring some games to PC, wink, wink, the smart thing to do, like another company has figured it out.
Oh.
Would that be a better choice for PC gamers, the PSVR or Oculus? I think if Sony decides to do what another company did and bring some games over
look at this
to
guy.
PC,
Look at this guy.
PSVR would be a great deal. Hey, I'm just saying. I think PSVR would be a big deal on PC if those PlayStation games come along with it. I'm just saying.
I don't think it's gonna come with the PlayStation games. Mainly just the headset itself.
Yeah, but what? Then you might as well buy the Oculus. If you're gonna get it for PC, you're gonna want the better performing headset. Why even
I was looking at the specs of both of them, and now the PSVR kind of outdoes the Oculus in certain frame rate refreshing. So they might, I don't know, it might be all up on the consumer who buys what, personally. But I don't think Sony's going to play that card where they start bringing over titles to PC just yet.
It's coming.
I don't know, like, because with the PSVR requires like a power brick, right? That it has to plug into the PS4. Right?
Yeah,
You need the PS4 to run it, right? It doesn't run without the PS4, right?
Exactly.
So then no, unless it's going to be like some add-on. But then again, you're still going to be playing like PS2 quality games at 60 frames per second.
For there to be talks, it got to be. It must. They must have some way they're thinking about
Time
talks
Warner
already. Time Warner on that bullshit.
Yeah, bro.
But you saying we getting PS2 quality games, but we got some stuff that's already like being VR compatible. Final Fantasy 14, Star Wars Battlefront. There's some things.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between what runs on VR and what's native in VR.
That's true.
That's my big problem because like you can play any like if you look on the list of Oculus games that you can play on your PC, the list is huge. You can play Call of Duty using your Oculus, but it's not native. It's not 100% designed for the Oculus. So you don't really, if you want that authentic VR experience, it's got to be native. And I'm more interested to see how many games Sony comes out with that are native to the PSVR headset. The ones where they actually sat down and made it. Like, could you imagine, like, if you, for example, instead of just being able to run Far Cry Primal on your PSVR, imagine if that game was designed to run on your PSVR. That game is beautiful. And that if that was native, beautiful. But
I think they'll have games like that.
yeah, that's what I mean, right? Like everyone always looks at VR games like Job Simulator and all those like goofy little PC tech demos and thinks that's all that's ever going to come out for it. But there is potential for it to expand.
It may not expand past that. Like I said, we all see what happened to the Kinect. We've seen all the ideas and stuff we wanted to do.
But when you got 250 deals like on your
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something that's going to come to it.
But then again, how long can those games actually be? Like, how many hours can they be?
Man,
like, how
they
much content
struggling
can
to
they
make full-fledged games for consoles. Oh, it's too expensive. This takes too long.
But-
you think they're just going to automatically come up with a full library of VR games?
But with VR, you can't even like play it for long periods of time. So that's my concern. Like, I think you can only play for like an hour at a time, if I'm not mistaken. So like, how you gonna play like a big giant like RPG with VR? It's gonna take you forever. To
You
beat the
can't.
game.
Those games will not.
Like Demi, you'll never get that review out. Never.
That's true. That is true.
I'm just saying.
That is true.
We got reviews 1 year later.
So yeah, guys, coming to you with this review, man. It's taken a year, but I got through it.
You're releasing in parts.
Motion sickness has endured.
Oh. Man, we'll see. We'll see what the try is, bro.
I'm playing VR like Microsoft. I'm gonna let everybody else test market it for me and let me know if it's a good thing, and then I'll jump in later. But at this point in time, it's just not my thing. for me to just jump right into and eager. I don't know. It's too. I feel like I'm being removed too much from the controller or to the traditional way of playing games, and that's how I felt when the Wii came out. Like I've never looked the Wii's way when like the PS3 and the Xbox 360 was announced. I was like, the Wii can kiss my ass because it doesn't like a traditional way to play video games. So.
I think that they got gamers like you who don't want to jump out, run out and get it, and then they got the gamers who always run out and just jump out and get the first thing on the block. I just think that the community as a whole just needs to respect each other. Just just realize, hey, look, they got people out here that's not into this thing, so what? I'm into it, and then vice versa. I mean,
and I think the reason why you're seeing a lot of people jump into VR is because one, it's going to be how we have like the people that have to try it first, like we gotta get in.
Yeah.
They're gonna make unlike consoles with VR, they'll make their money right then and there. So I think that's why it's like the quick. So regardless of it, if it fails or not, they will already get that quick buck that they made out. It's not like we're consoles where it's like we invested all this money in and we're relying mainly on the last 3-4 years to make our money back versus with VR, they're probably going to make their money back, within a week.
Yeah, they say they're selling this thing to make a profit. They're not selling it to lose any profit. So each one they should make a profit from what I'm hearing. So, yeah, well, we shall see, fellas. We shall see. I'm gonna try it in Best Buy. I'm gonna go to Best Buy and try that HTC. That's what's at Best Buy?
No, the HTC when you attach a fucking phone to the headset. Like, isn't that what that is?
HTC is a buy. The Samsung is the one with the
Samsung that does that?
Yeah.
Okay, I was okay, but yeah, I think the only ones I really have any interest of hearing about is really the PlayStation VR and the Oculus. And at this point, they're both super expensive to me at this point because I no longer have a PlayStation, and VR actually would be.
Wait a minute, where's your PlayStation?
Yeah, we need to put that on the topic list. Why Kids Movie don't have a PlayStation anymore?
Where's your PS4?
Actually, better topic. Why didn't Kid Smooth ship his PS4 to
Didn't you already sell? you had the Batman before, right? You got rid of that.
Yeah.
You bought another one and got rid of that one as well?
It's gone. It's gone. I saw the video.
Damn.
It's gone.
Come on, and I think I'm not selling these things, dude. But don't take it personal. Do not the PlayStation. Do not take it personal because fucking people that make sofas and mattresses ain't taking it personal. I sold everything. The only thing I kept with me.
I'm out here naked.
Is my Xbox and my PC, and just took off and left. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I'll just get everything else from scratch again. But PlayStation was just like, all right. I haven't played it.
Get that PS4 again so we can play Uncharted again, bro. That multiplayer that you like.
I'm not buying another PlayStation 4 now. I'm not saying that I'm not saying I will not have another PlayStation 4. I'm more than likely going to have one. I'm personally not buying it. So I have a birthday in May, right before Uncharted comes out. So if I happen to have one in there, then that's what happened. But I'm not buying it.
Just wait for the PlayStation 4K. You get games of 4K, 175 frames per second.
Yeah,
there we go.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. If that's the case, then I'll be happy that I got rid of it because.
And it's gonna be $400.
Yeah. $400 for 4K, 120 frames.
No,
man.
You get the PlayStation 4K,
That's
and
the dream.
And then you can play Uncharted for how it's supposed to be played, 1080p, 60 frames per second, full time instead of part time. So.
Listen, if I had a PC and I had all this dual 980 Ti's, and they come out with a PlayStation 4 that runs 4K, I would shoot myself. I spent all this money.
Well, here's the thing. You're not. This is why it's not going to happen because these big ass graphics cards that allows you to run somewhere over 1080p, not 4K, but like 1440p, is about half the size of a PlayStation. So that's the problem in itself. I don't know if you've seen the picture of the unboxing I did of the 980. This shit is like fucking big. If the card itself is not big, but the fans that gotta cool it off is big as shit. So it's like it won't fit. So you have to use like a laptop one that hopefully can get you enough, but it still probably won't be as enough as the original 980 Ti. So the mobile ones won't work. So it's like You can't. It's just not happening.
I don't
Otherwise,
think anybody believes
that
that
PlayStation is going to be bigger than the Xbox One, and then they're going to be calling that shit a fucking VCR.
I don't think anybody in their heart of hearts believe that that's going to happen. No one could believe that. No one could. No one could.
That's what kills me. Is you're talking like, and there's people in the comments that have said that I haven't done my research. That no one has ever said that PlayStation 4K is going to run games native in 4K, but honestly, Google it. People are saying it.
Yeah, it's just a rumor now. You're hearing all types of stuff right now. I mean,
but you look up the graphics card required to run 4K. Look up a 4K PC setup and tell me Sony's going to manufacture an affordable version of that. Because if you pay, say, $1,000 for a PlayStation, mind blown. Just absolutely mind blown.
Remember, people paid $600 for a PlayStation that had this unknown cell processor in it. Remember that? So people will probably pay $1,000 for a PlayStation that potentially runs 4K. Now, here's the thing is, the reason why people are believing this because people have this idea that because I guess PlayStation is the PS4 is perceived to be like this powerful machine. They assume that they think the PlayStation 4 is the most powerful gaming system that you can get. That if they say, hey, they're not far off from 4K, so they can do it. So if they say, oh, we're going to make a PS4K or PS4.5 is automatically going to run 4K, people believe it because the PlayStation 4 apparently runs 1080p and sometimes 60 frames per second. Sometimes.
See, even the next generation of consoles, the next Xbox One, or the next Xbox, or the next PS5, they won't even be running 4K. I guarantee it. It'll be more along 1440p, 60 frames per second. Even the next generation of consoles won't be running 4K.
No, I don't think so. Because they have the AMD and Nvidia has to come together and figure out unless Sony and Microsoft are going to make their own freaking graphics chips.
That's not happening.
They're going to stick with AMD and make something that can do what these high-end cars can do and that can fit in a console. Otherwise, this console is going to be as big as a damn PC. Like it's crazy.
Do you guys think that by next generation they kind of have to run in 4K? Do you think there'll be enough 4K?
No, it doesn't.
1440p will be the max.
Man, these consoles are supposed to be running 3D. Remember that? The 3D phase?
Yeah,
we missed the 3D generation. That came and went fast.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, no. The thing is, you know what? I get where you're coming from, Nick. You might have a point only because the big freaking fiasco these fanboys and everybody else in the media made of 1080p. If they wouldn't have made this 1080p such a big problem, 4K wouldn't be a thought of what we need to have for the next generation. But because 720p, 900p, people crying because they don't know what resolution they're playing in, now it has to be the standard. So so you're right. It might have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
It might have to. I can't throw that away because they made such a big deal. This generation alone was based off 720p, 900p, 1080p. It was like 1080p or nothing. So what's the point of going into next generation? What you gonna advertise? Guaranteed 1080p? Like I don't understand. Like
the next generation consoles run 4K. Say bye to the $400 console. It'd be $800, $900 consoles. Yeah. And then they won't give up.
That's the problem. Console gamers don't want to pay that money. I mean, it's like they want the cheapest thing they could get, but they want it to be super powerful. It's just so ridiculous, dude. Like, honestly, price is a bit of a thing for me, but I mean, if I'm getting a better performing machine, I'm willing to pay a little more. That's not a problem. Now, I'm not paying no PC prices. You can get out of here with that. But I'm willing to pay a little more for a better performing machine. But most console gamers, they want these things at $300, no more than $400. Otherwise, it's a wrap. You can call it a day. We're not buying it. So I don't know. It's that peasantry mentality we have over here.
Yeah.
We're peasants.
Hey, sometimes being a peasant's the most economical thing you can do. So,
yo, I've been sitting back watching my boy, man. Like he got something to say, man. Get it out your soul, man. You
man.
You like to say something.
Let us have it, Matt.
I don't care about PS4K. All this nonsense about P's and I's. I don't care. I don't care. Frames are important, but the P's not as important. Like everyone making a fuss over the Quantum Break 720p thing. I don't get it. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. I'm sure it looks great.
Oh yeah. The Quantum Break looks absolutely amazing. I could care less if it's 720p, 900p, 1080p. If the game graphically looks good and it plays okay, and I'm not stuttering across the screen, I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Somebody needs to host a game night so I can come over and check it out. Fame.
Hey, come on through, man. You can go play it on my Xbox. You ain't but 10, 15 minutes away.
Yeah, I'm sure half the people that are complaining about this stuff also don't have TVs capable of doing it.
That is correct. Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I have a Sony TV that's like 8 years old. It was like those Bravias when they were expensive. I still play. That's still my main TV. It's never broke. Sony's quality, bro.
Ain't no wrong with that, man. You good, bro?
The crazy thing is, once Quantum Break, once the story broke that it had like these 720p like renderations and stuff like that, people really, the game that won an award for visuals last year, right? Quantum Break. Once the 720p news broke, people were it became an ugly game. Oh, it's too gray. Oh, the animations are horrible. Oh, it became like a bad looking game. It was like, really? Just because you think it's 720p? And they gave like this crazy explanation. And then somebody, I forgot his video. I think it's xXAbby or something like that. He did a video that made a lot of sense. The game is technically 1080p, but you'll have several people argue with you who just learned about resolution last year. Will tell you that it's not. But it's
the problem here, Smooth. People they correlate resolution with graphics, and that I don't understand. Because think about two of the most graphically powerful looking beautiful games of this generation so far. Neither one was 1080p. There was Rise on the Rome at 900p, and the Order at 1086, which is what 800p. Neither one hit that 1080p because I think the problem is people keep correlating graphics with resolution, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. They forget about textures and all that other stuff that actually are graphics. Y'all remember 16-bit, 18-bit, all that stuff?
Yep.
Those good old days. We measure everything by bits.
How can people complain about how this game looks, but they'll play a 16-bit indie game, but you want to complain about how Quantum Break looks? If the game looks great, which graphically the game looks really good, and if it plays great, because to me, I'm more about the frames per second. Give me a solid frames per second, whether it's 30, 60, I don't care. As long as it's solid, I could care less what the resolution is.
You know,
as long as it ain't 480p.
No, yeah, you're right about that. The frames, if the frames are 60 frames and it's, let's say, at 720p, dude, it's gonna look like 1080p. It's gonna be crystal clear. Like you're gonna appreciate those frames more than the resolution. I'm gonna just say that right now. So, I don't know where this whole resolution thing came from. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, before this generation started, I didn't really know much about resolution whatsoever. Like the whole resolution thing in the media and everything actually made me start paying attention to that stuff. When I was playing on 360, I didn't give a damn about no resolution.
It didn't matter.
I didn't care nothing about that whatsoever.
Well, see, what kills me is people are like, oh, if it's not 1080, it looks like shit. Go back, go look on your PS3 and your Xbox 360. Go play a game called LA Noire, which had some of the most jaw-dropping graphics at the time, and that was, wait for it, 720. And that game, those graphics, I remember picking up that game being like, oh, this might be a fun play. I put it in my console. I was like mind-blown by that game.
Because people correlate resolution with graphics. You can pick any game this generation. You can pick a game, I don't know, Legend of Korra, whatever it was, which was, I believe it was 1080p. You tell me that game looks better than the ordinary 1086 that wasn't 1080p? No. People get this set in their mind that if it's 1080p, it looks great. That's not necessarily the case. Resolution does not equal graphics.
Wolfenstein is a perfect example. That game was 1080p, 60 frames, but the graphics were subpar.
Exactly.
I'm telling you guys, frames matter. Resolution, not so much, but frames definitely matter. in my humble yet often correct opinion.
Yeah, but like seriously, like the most annoying thing I find is you can give me a 1080 game, that's fine, but if the frames are dropping from 60 to
Yeah.
23 and you get that
Yeah.
jittery, that's why like when Arc came out on Xbox and PC and they had those frame rate issues, god damn, I could not play that game because it was like, no, I do
Unplayable.
not stand jittery frame rate.
All right. So, I'm sorry. I had to go for a moment.
We're used to this.
Oh, nice.
In the chat, at least.
Oh, okay. But in the chat, I'll be gone for about a good 16 hours before I respond.
Yeah.
But I overheard, you know, I know you guys were talking about resolution and then visuals, so people confuse resolution with graphics all the time. It's starting to become dumb. Conversation becomes completely pointless. But overall, I know I started the conversation about Quantum Break, and that once people found out that it was 720p, I can't believe this. I'm about to have to go absent again because my daughter's pissing me off.
They're having fun, man.
Yeah, man, let them kids have fun.
Yeah.
Just go on hit it with that
You ain't
1080p.
gonna hear me.
Make sure your whole house up.
We love the kids, man. It's all good.
Just go on hit it with that 1080p resolution, dog. You good?
Hit it with that 1080p. Oh, you wildin'. Gotta come off mute, kid. You still hosting. You got topics.
Oh yeah. Do I? Oh shit, yeah I do. All right, so the next thing we talked about the games with gold and the PlayStation Plus games. Well, no, we didn't talk about PlayStation Plus games because we don't know. This is why I couldn't come off of mute because my daughter's being a little.
He's showing out for the camera.
Hey!
Yeah, she's being freaking mean, yo.
What's up?
Hey kid, I bet she better at shooters than you.
Oh.
Actually,
Shots fired. Shots fired.
all right, so she's distracting. I can't even ignore it right now. So
Did we get Demi's and Matt's thoughts on Quantum Break?
yeah, please get your thoughts on Quantum Break.
It looks dope. I want to play it.
Hey, that's sweet and simple. Right to the point.
That should be the advertisement for that game. Looks dope. I want to play it. Xbox One.
Iceman's in it. Iceman's in it.
Oh, I got something that we can change it up right quick. Oh my God, Michaela, stop it. All right. So, should we're hearing about the new Call of Duty. It's supposed to take off in space.
No.
Trash.
No.
Not mine.
Like,
Oh.
should it, the thing is, after the failure of Ghost, should they even put Ghost back in the name?
Nah,
You know
rename
what?
that shit.
This
Rename
is
that
Ghost
shit.
Part 2? That's what this is?
Yeah, it's going to be Ghost 2.
After
Oh.
Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 2 just futuristic crap, I would have been cool with a Ghost 2 as long as it was 2 feet on the ground. I'm just saying.
No, but you're going to be fighting on the moon, so you probably won't even be on the ground at all.
That's stupid.
Is this confirmed?
No, it's a rumor.
Oh, man.
I think the most compelling part about the Call of Duty rumor is that we might get Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 backwards compatible for the Xbox One as pre-order bonuses, which is kind of weird because Sony has the marketing right
Yeah, I don't think
to
that's
Call
gonna
of
happen.
Duty. But it'd be weird that Xbox would have a better reason. You have a better reason about an Xbox. If this game is crap, you can still enjoy the classics on next generation console. That is an interesting twist to the whole deal. What do you guys thoughts on that?
Yeah, my biggest thing is everyone says that there's no way, because with the Sony marketing deal, that there's no way that the backwards compatibility could ever happen. But that deal with Activision has nothing to do with previous titles. That has
That's
to
true.
do with new games, new content, and DLC first. There is, as far as I know, there is nothing in their contract that says they can't do anything for Xbox.
No, no, because here's the thing. Even marketing deal or not, it shouldn't have an effect because Sony had the marketing deal for Battlefront, Xbox still got it first with EA Access. You know, so and then there was I'm pretty sure there was another game PlayStation had that the Xbox version got the backwards compatibility for. Wasn't it like what I know with Just Cause, I don't know if that was a PlayStation advertised game or not, but they got the backwards compatibility with that. The Witcher was an Xbox advertised game. Yeah. Fallout was an Xbox advertised game. But I feel like every game that had a freaking game before it, if it was in the trilogy, if it's been on 360, the Xbox version got the backwards compatibility for it, regardless of who had the marketing there.
But that is a smart way to look at it, because like Nick was saying, the contract with them I'm pretty sure it deals with the current Black Ops 3 and games going forward, and it's just the marketing rights and the 30-day DLC. So yeah, it really shouldn't hold any effect on previous titles. So I mean, I guess when you think about it in that aspect, that is an incredible move by Microsoft to kind of undercut Sony in a way, say, hey, we can give you guys, Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, and people want to play those games. I think people enjoy it, especially if this iteration of Call of Duty is bad. People like me want to go back to a World War shooter. I miss those shooters. That's when Call of Duty was at its best. I don't have those games. I don't have my 360 anymore, so I cannot enjoy those games. But to give it to me to play on my Xbox One, which means you're going to refill the lobbies full of people. You're going to have a whole new set of people that are going to be back into those lobbies. It's going to be a hell of a move. That's a really smart move. Another reason why backwards compatibility is one of the best moves, probably the best move that's going to be made this gen by Microsoft.
Do you think enough people will be interested in that, and then do you think they'll be interested in long enough to make it actually worthwhile? I don't know. I don't see the gamers actually playing those older games. They may be some nostalgia.
Call of Duty. You can put in Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty 4. You can put those in. You can still find people to play with.
Dude, really? you can go on to Black Ops 3 on a weekend. Like last time I went on Black Ops 3 before my 360 died a couple of weeks ago.
You mean Black Ops 2? You mean?
Yeah, Black Ops 2. Fucking on my 360, there was 80,000 people online.
Really? I can't see it, man. I guess I'm not a Call of Duty guy because
the older Call of Duties tend to be more popular than the newer ones at certain stages. I remember at one point there were more people playing Black Ops 2 than there was Advanced Warfare. As if Xbox can get the original Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 4, that's huge, dude. Because people still play those games, and now you're gonna have a whole new, mixture of people, millions of people on the Xbox One who can get do Call of Duty on a console. A whole new group of people inside those lobbies. Oh man, it's a great move. It's a great way to undercut your competition.
I guess there's a certain percentage that's faithful like that. I'm just thinking about gamers right now because on my friends list, I think there's only 2 people that still play Black Ops 3. Everybody kind of just moved on. Yeah, you totally got rid of it, but a lot of people just move on so quickly from games. So I just it's hard for me to see that.
My biggest thing with the next Call of Duty, I'm pretty much done with Call of Duty now. But with the new one coming out, if Xbox does get these pre-order bonuses and the backwards compatible games, what's Sony gonna get for the pre-order bonus? Because what Xbox is getting, if that was to happen, this is all hypothetical, if that was to happen, and I'd be pretty pissed if they came out and said, oh, if you pre-order Ghost 2, we'll give you a set of dog tags on the PS4. That'd be some bullshit.
It's gonna be hard to compete with that, and that's why people are thinking it won't happen, and I think it will, because it's hard for Sony to compete with that pre-order bonus, even though they have the marketing deal. I mean, if I'm Sony right now, I'm panicking.
What if they give it to you for free on PS Now?
Will that work? That could work. I don't know about PS Now.
Yeah, that's true, because that was a promotion.
They could do that.
Wow.
I was going to say, have they done that before?
Yeah, they did that with God of War. Yeah, God of War.
Okay.
They could do that.
Yeah, that's about.
Wait a minute. So PS Now, because I have a PlayStation 4, but I never touched PS Now. It's subscription based, right? Or how does it work? Can you buy games?
They give you free games with it, depending on what pre-orders, so you don't have to buy, the whole. thing.
Okay. Well, that would make all things fair and equal.
Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah, but the most they can give you is a 90-day.
Oh, they can't just say here.
So you wouldn't own the game.
That's all they did with God of War. They gave you the 90-day rental, and the 90 days starts when you start the game.
Okay, I take back what I said. It's back to one up on. I still think at the end of the day, the next Call of Duty will sell more on PlayStation because it has a bigger install base. That's obvious. But I think more people will be inclined to get an Xbox One copy because of those older titles.
Maybe. I don't give a damn about Call of Duty anymore.
I like Black Ops 3. I liked it for what it was, but I'm not a Call of Duty guy, so I don't be on the lookout for those games.
Yeah, I was gonna say that campaign gave me head spins.
See, Call of Duty
yeah.
used to be good.
Yeah, I like that. I like the campaign, but yeah, it was a headache.
I never. This Call of Duty was the first campaign I never finished a Call of Duty before I got rid of the game. I got rid of it like halfway. I was like, I'm done with this crap. I'm done. I'm done with this futuristic crap. I don't want people dashing and jumping across the screen. I'm through. I got rid of the crap.
Are we getting too old for that? Is that what this is? That's what we're admitting? We're getting too old for that?
We want a modern. We want a World War, or at least a modern shooter. Stay in the times. Don't go into the future. That's all I care about. Don't go into the future.
Give me a World War I trench warfare shooter, and I'll be happy.
I don't know. I mean, I just want you know what? I actually don't know what I want for as far as in the game or in a shooter or in another Call of Duty. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna ride every wave until there's nothing. It's like, so I don't know. We might be shooting aliens in Ghost 2. You know, so.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, is that people want Call of Duty franchise to change, and nobody buys Call of Duty, but it's still the best-selling game on this generation, which is just absolutely kills me.
I tell you right now, the next Call of Duty's in trouble because Titanfall 2 gonna be a monster. I love the first Titanfall.
Oh yeah.
Call of Duty's in trouble with Titanfall. I promise you, he's in trouble.
Yeah, but you know what? They said that with the first Titanfall. They said that with Battlefield 4. They said that with Hardline.
Well,
I'll wait and see. I ain't knocking Battlefield Hardline. All right, no, sir, I'm not knocking Battlefield 4 because I don't want Dre to kick my ass.
Oh yeah.
I'll just tell Dre how long he been the game's been broken for 6 months.
Yeah.
So. You know what I mean?
You can't say nothing bad about Battlefield without Dre going in and deleting us all off the website. He gonna take my COO away.
He threatened to delete my article, man. He threatened to delete my article because I said something bad about Battlefield. But it's truth, man. Truth is truth. Like I was telling him, dude. Like you can't deny it was broke for 6 months. That's not success to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I actually have an article that I'm dropping tonight about that, so that's
that'll be fun.
If there's something negative about Battlefield, it won't be up long.
Oh shit! It probably won't even make it to publishing. So
I was gonna say it's Battlefield 5 wish list, so it may not get deleted.
Yeah.
Number one should not be like Battlefield 4.
Drake he gonna share that article 100 times if it's about Battlefield 5.
Yeah. So, but as far as I'm trying to see what else happened that we missed. Like we've been gone for a week. We know we had another studio closed. I know Sony Evolution closed the Drive Club studio.
Yeah, rest in peace, Evolution. They gone.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We have the thing. Remember a couple weeks ago we got the gigantic update, like with them closing or seizing. They just updated the gigantic beta again. What is going on? So I was like, I feel like I'm being teased. Is it coming or not?
But didn't they always say it was in jeopardy of closing, not necessarily closing? Like there was a chance that could close down. They were having.
At first, they made it seem like they were closing. Like I read on the website, and they made it seem like they were closing because of production costs. So that's what the first communication was. I mean, so I don't know if they gotten better financing and they're back at it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
They dropping like flies.
We dropping like flies, and we must be past people's bedtimes.
Not even saying goodbye. Well, Undead said goodbye. Demi didn't.
Yeah, Demi. Oh no, Demi's generally internet tends to give out around this time on schedule, so that's what's expected. But before we go, though, I do want to Oh, damn it. There's something I wanted to talk about. Damn, I forgot. I freaking forgot. Ah! Something needs to jog my memory, man. Is that my daughter screaming?
I'm out of getting a whooping.
Nah, she's just being annoying. It's like she knows I don't want to be bothered, but she's doing it on purpose. Damn, I forgot. I literally forgot. I completely drew a blank of what I wanted to.
But hey, while you're drawing a blank, Matt, I want you to go and introduce yourself to the people, man. And I know this is your first time on the show.
No, it's second time.
Second time?
No,
Where the
it's
hell
first
I
time.
been?
It's
Yeah,
first
first
time.
time.
Yeah.
Trying to play me, kid.
Wait, you
Matt.
haven't been here on this podcast before?
Nah, man, this is it. This is the first time.
Oh, you know what? I'm getting confused of the interview call. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm about to say I definitely see him.
Man, while we got an opportunity, while kids thinking, I want you, and then I want you, and then I want Nick. I want you guys to introduce yourselves. I know we did at the beginning, but tell the people what you guys are about, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have you guys on the podcast more. They're going to see more articles from you guys. So I want the people to get to really know who you guys are. Let them know, who you are, what you gaming on, and things like that.
Again, I'm Matt, or New Type 86 is the tag on the site on hardknotgamers.com. I'm playing Xbox One, PS4. I recently built a PC,
Nice.
so that's pretty sweet. I got Division for free with that, which is why I have the Division. Vita. I have a 3DS. I have a Wii U. It's just I like the variety.
Multi-console.
Variety.
I like it.
Variety is the spice of life, man.
I like it. Nick, tell the people about yourself, man. What you gaming on?
Yeah, so right now I've been gaming on The Division, a game that I actually said I was not going to get because I was scared it was going to be like Destiny. But I'm really enjoying it, man. Like, it's I see the comparisons between it and Destiny, but it's just a hell of a lot more fun, and it don't seem like it's going to get repetitive like Destiny, so I'm really, really enjoying that game. I am the self-proclaimed king of indies, so I'm always on top of the indie games. The most recent one I played and beat and wrote a review on, which is on hardknotgamers.com, is Assault Android Cactus. Really, really enjoy that game as well. It's a twin stick shooter, up to 4-player co-op. So yeah, those are the two main games I have been playing.
Wait, did you say King of Indies? I think you got competition with Jack Move, man. What is it? The Pony Commissioner. I can't say it like he said that.
I thought about that, and I don't know if he is exactly the king of indies or just like obsessed with getting platinum trophies.
Yeah, that's more what it is.
I call myself the self-proclaimed king of indies because I represent my people well, the indie community. I back them. I'm bringing them to the forefront. I do live streams highlighting indie games every Sunday. So that's why I call myself the king of indies. I'm not in competition with Jack at all. I'm not trying to get them trophies like that. I'm not interested in all that. He can have that.
He be getting them trophies, man.
Yeah, bro. He can have it.
Trophies.
I'm not the trophy king. He's the trophy king. I give him that, but he's not the indie king. That's me. I'm taking that crown.
Kids movie on mute. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, did we get to the index controller? When I jumped out, was it?
We didn't talk about the index controller, but yeah. So the little oblong shape thing, I guess, is a fake. If it looked like that, man. Anyway, I wouldn't have cared because I wasn't going to get it anyway. But
dude, I want to get an index because I'm sure to be backwards compatible, and there's some Wii U games that I want to try out, but they need to just make a regular controller. That pad they had for the Wii U was dumb. I didn't like the Wii U sticks. It was more kiddie. It's in my son's right now. I never really played it. Only reason I got a Wii so I can mod it. I can actually play classic games on it. Though the NX has to have a regular controller. A pro controller like they have for the Wii, the pro controller, make that the regular controller for the NX. Don't try to go all out of, try to do all a bunch of BS because they need third-party support. And to get third-party support, you need to have, starting off, a normal goddamn controller.
Right. Dog, the Wii has been off my radar for so long. I don't even know what it's about. I don't know what games are on that thing. I don't even know the potential of Nintendo at this point. Like, I don't even think about them whatsoever.
Nintendo has really good first-party games. They just don't have third-party support, and they're gonna die out like Sega if they don't get it. And to start off, they need a regular damn controller.
Yeah, that's true. Like I have no faith. I don't know. I don't have no faith in like anything that Nintendo does. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was from Super Nintendo. It was like a 3-generation love with me with Nintendo. It was Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube. Those, and then after GameCube, I didn't know where the hell. I think we just were looking for something new, and Nintendo was looking for something else. I was looking for something else, and whatever they put out just didn't work. So the Wii didn't work, the Wii U didn't work. So it's like I don't know.
The Wii technically, I mean, it sold a shit ton of units.
Yeah, but how many active users did it have after like the first 2 years? Like, you know what I mean? It's like it was the first. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? It was the last console to come out, and the first company to put out a newer console because their active users dropped off.
Like they had a bunch of dead subs or something.
Yeah. And so the thing is, it's like I don't know. It's like I don't even know what I want out of Nintendo anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm just waiting and seeing what they put out. What if they surprise me? If it's something that interests me, we're like, you know what? I have to have an NX. We'll see. But until then, they've done too much gimmicky type crap that I was like, I'm just expecting them to do something that I'm not going to be interested in, and I'll just leave it alone. Leave it at that.
I think at this point, if the NX fails, they're going to be handheld only going forward.
Yeah.
If the NX fails, they have to go hands, because 3DS is where they're pretty much
got that unlocked. They got that unlocked. There is no competition. They got that unlocked.
Yeah, the Vita couldn't keep up. There's Xbox not even thinking about going to the space. The only thing that could compete with the 3DS is cell phones. And, you know, so I think if the NX fails, it's all 3DS at this point, the 3D or the DS series at this point.
Yeah, they need to do 3 things. They need to have top-notch visuals. Like, they got to be on par with the current generation of console. They got to keep up. They got third-party support.
No.
Well, they got to surpass it. They can't just be as good as the PS4, especially if there's a PS4K coming out.
Okay, yeah, I agree. So when I say current generation, I mean, like, next gen.
At the time that it comes out?
Yes, that's what I mean. Yes, it's got to be on par with that. Third-party support, and they need to go ahead and put a gun in Mario's hand. Let's just go ahead and switch Mario up, and let's get it. Like, they need to be... They don't
They
just need to give us a decent Metroid game, another first-person Metroid game that plays like a shooter, like, you know what I mean, that to kind of get, like, the hardcore gamers into, like, you know, Nintendo's pocket, like, you know what I mean, but... Like Metroid, I remember when that in 2004. Oh man, 2004, when Metroid Prime, Halo 2, and Killzone were all going at it. You know, it was each had their own quote unquote Halo, but obviously Prime was a good game, but it wasn't touching Halo, and Killzone was and Halo reigned overall. But you know, I mean, even if we had like if Nintendo could like, you know, let's go for that. You know, let's see what we could do with Metroid. And bring it to the forefront and reboot the game and make it something like where we get off online multiplayer. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that.
I don't mean to change it, but what's his name? Andrew Baumbach just got the Savage Award for the day. Kids Move, his question to you was, did you trade your PS4 for that vacuum behind you? Because they sound wow, man, straight savagery.
Shots.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. No, but actually, if you want to check the little trash collector in the vacuum, that's where all the PlayStation games are at. Vacuum.
Oh, that's messed up. Hey, I would not have you guys dissing PlayStation on my watch. Okay, look here, we're gonna set some things straight around here. Okay, freaking haters.
Oh, but I remember what I wanted to talk about. Killer Instinct Season 3 released today, and it's pretty cool. I forgot all about it, honestly. And I've been contemplating, do I just buy the $20 add-on or do I buy the characters that I want individually? I also downloaded the PC version. And the PC version is not a PC version. It's literally the Xbox version.
Is it not cross-buy?
Here's the thing. You know how it was It's weird. It's weird. It's free on a PC. You download it, right? But when you play on a PC, I couldn't play until I updated my Xbox version. So I had to update the Xbox version, and then when I'm playing on PC, I can't play the Xbox version at the same time.
Really?
Yeah. So it's really just one license.
So it's
like
one
game.
game.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, this cross-buy is literally going to be one game. So don't try giving away your PC version of it.
That kind of makes sense because I'm pretty sure Quantum Break is the same way because they got cross save. You can't play both at the same time and save at 2 different points. Yeah, that makes sense. You can't play both at the same time.
Yeah.
It makes sense with the whole cross save aspect.
But the thing that bugged me, and I gotta turn it back on and check out because they only had one free character. They had Rip Tour. I'm like, where are all my other characters that from the ones that I actually bought? So I had to update it, but it kept asking me to update it from the Xbox, and the Xbox had to update it. I updated it, and then when I turned on the PC, I didn't recognize it. Was confusing.
Wait, so if you don't have an Xbox One, but you got a PC, how the hell you update it?
You don't. You just get the standalone free one that has whatever character that they're
But how do you
free that week.
Wait, time out. So if you don't have an Xbox, you have it on PC. Will it still ask you to update it from your Xbox? That's stupid. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh well, you won't be able to update it. You just play without updating it, and then you kind of just play the free-to-play version.
But what about the other characters you can get with Season 3?
You buy them.
Okay, I'm all confused on this.
All right, so what happens is, here's the thing. Like, I'm on this bitch right now. Let me open it. I gotta. Hopefully, it doesn't close me out. But I gotta find a way to open it without. All right, you guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah,
All right.
You're good.
Cool. So I'm gonna plug my controller in, and I'm gonna change the options so I can go to the other full screen mode, so I can minimize this bitch. I'll tell you exactly what happens when I turn this thing on. All right, come on, skip. All right, let's go. All right, so kids movie. You need to use Killer Instinct on your Xbox One console to update your save file for use on Windows 10. And I'm like, what the fuck? But I already did it. So I can exit game, or I can continue without updating. If you do not update your save file using your Xbox One console, you can continue without saving or discard your existing save file and create a new one. So if I create a new one, if I continue without saving, they're just gonna bring it to the free-to-play version. If I start a new one, I feel like it's gonna bring me to the free-to-play version. I have to start all over. But when I connect it, it'll just be my original game. But if I don't, it'll be like a standard free-to-play version where you get one character and you have to buy everybody individually or something like that. But it's weird. So I just been like, haven't been really messing with it. So let me close this thing out if I can. All right. But yeah, that's how it works. One license. But being that I had it on, if I turned on my Xbox and tried to play it, it would have said you're playing this game on another device or something like that. Like how Netflix does when you using too many devices and shit. So, you guys still there?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm being educated right now.
yeah, but that's how it works. It's weird. I'm trying to figure out how to update it because I updated the game and I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But what you guys playing this week?
I got the physical copy of Saturday Morning RPG for Vita, so I'll probably be playing that. Probably
Saturday
do a preview.
Morning RPG. What's that about?
It's hold on. I think I got it. It's an episodic RPG, and it's turn-based, and I believe it's a very 80s inspired. I believe the guy's name is Marty, and he's fighting this guy called Commander Hood. So it's basically like Cobra Commander and all that stuff.
Is that indie game, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Indie
Is it on?
An indie game you didn't know about?
Yeah, very interesting. Is it on PS4?
Yeah, it's on PS4. It's
Yeah.
on PS4 and Vita.
Okay.
But I'm not a big fan of digital games, so I got the limited run does physical copies of
I see
stuff
you like
sometimes.
your collection. I'm looking back here. You like your collection.
Well, that's Yeah, that's just what's left. Because before I joined the military, I had a lot more, but I needed money, so I sold a lot of it.
Wow. Wow. What about you, Nicodemus? Nicodemus?
You can just call me Nico, Smooth. Just,
Nico.
there you
I'm
go.
sorry. I'm
No,
messing
you're
it.
good. You're good. You're good, man. So this weekend, yeah, it'll be the division. Gonna be back on that thing. Gotta grind that out. And then also I want to play some Kill Strain, free to play game on PS4. It's in beta right now, so I want to play some of that on Saturday. But really, that's really it. I'm gonna be playing a lot of the division. I'm like real behind, man. I'm like level 10. Everybody else is level 30.
Boy, stop. 10?
Yeah, dog. I'm at level 10. Yes.
Don't worry, I'm only at level 13, and I stopped playing 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I just got it. Look, you can stop with the smug face. I just got the game. Okay, I have a job. I have a life. Okay, I can't play it a lot. So, but this weekend I want to grow some levels. So, I'll be grinding.
Nah,
everything.
we playing Kill Strain this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday, right? And then,
Sir.
and then Doug, shout out to Doug. He's gonna play Division with me on Friday. So, should be a good weekend, man. Hopefully the wife will not have me trying to do a bunch of stuff, and I can sit my lazy ass down and play some of these games. Cause she likes to be adventurous. I'm like, look, I'm adventurous. I'm adventurous in the digital world. Leave me alone.
Speaking of wife, mine damn near cussing me out in Spanish right now because I'm not helping her get the kids shit ready for tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, it's almost that time. But Fame, what are you playing before we go?
Man, I'm out about the division at the moment. I'm just now recently getting up in that dark zone. I've been kind of running around, replaying a bunch of missions on hard. But it's all division right now until Quantum Break drops. So I'm trying to beat Quantum Break within a week so I can get on Ratchet and Clank.
All right, I've been in rotation. I went back to Street Fighter, but it looks like I'm going to be playing Killer Instinct and then the DLC, the zombie DLC for Tomb Raider. So.
You still playing Street Fighter?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you didn't like it. I thought you had gave up on that game.
Yeah, if they didn't pick the servers, but the servers, they got on it where I could play consistently online. So I've been playing, and it's crazy. All my wins came against PlayStation players.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
all my wins come against PlayStation players.
I find that hard to believe, sir. I find that hard to believe, sir.
Because everybody watched me lose to Black Bomb, but nobody watched me beat up on everybody else. So
Do
all
you
right.
have any PlayStation players worth mentioning that you beat up on?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the gamer tag, but I look at the little tag. If this is PC or PlayStation, and when this is PlayStation, I know I got the match. So, and
wow,
it's been.
You hear that? You hear that, PlayStation community? Y'all need to handle up on this man.
Down by the Best Buy on PC.
Oh, see, look, y'all need to hand up on him, guys. We can't have this.
And I'm using when I play Street Fighter, I don't even use the Elite controller. I use the standard Xbox controller.
PlayStation Nation, sick him. Get him.
Now, I got some of them on record. I try to record all of them where I'm winning. I was like, all right, PlayStation player, record. Let's go.
That's messed up.
Yeah, but we definitely got to go. You guys hear my kids screaming at the top of your lungs. We can't hear Fame's wife because I'm pretty sure she's screaming at him, and but it's a Tuesday night. Check back next week, Writer's Block episode 11, and hopefully we can have some more great content for you guys. And be sure to check back here for all our great content. Also, you still got time to win Quantum Break and Uncharted 4 if you visit hardknotgamers.com and go to the giveaway links. Those games are plastered on the website, so go and try to save yourself $60 by giving us a like and registering to the website. Otherwise, if you ain't subscribed, you better do that and hit a like button. But it's time for us to go. Do you guys have anything you want to say before I hit them with my original tagline?
I just want to say I just hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for the support. I do have a 1K video coming out. I'm literally trying to get I don't want to miss anybody when I'm saying thank you to everybody who helped me out to get 1K. But if you guys want to subscribe to me, thank you guys so much for subbing. If you want to subscribe to me, make sure you hit that subscribe button as soon as you can. Go to our website, register, enter our contest to win Uncharted 4 and Quantum Break.
Nice. Congrats,
Thanks,
my
man.
brother. Nicodemus X is the YouTube channel, or you can just call me Nico. If you want some content that's trying to stay away from all the politics, all the BS that goes on in this community, that keeps it strictly gaming, come visit my channel, check me out, and other than that, look out for my articles on hardknightgamers.com. Got some more opinionated pieces coming within the next week. We really thrive. I think we really thrive on those opinionated pieces. So we got some more coming. So look out for me on there. But other than that, it's been great. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, thanks guys for having me. It's my first podcast ever, and it shows. But hopefully I'll get better. Hopefully I'll get better as every time I get on. I'll be doing I'll be covering the live stream of the Uncovered Final Fantasy 15 event. So check for that article.
Nice.
I don't know if I'll do a live blog of it or just update it as it goes along.
Matt be on them events, bro. I gotta give him props. He be on them events for us.
Yeah, that's crazy. Unfortunately, I'm not going to PAX this year. I went last year, but unfortunately can't go this year. But I want to thank you guys for supporting and helping Hard Knot Gamers become like one of those premier websites and being a go-to place. But make sure you go there if you haven't been there yet. We got a lot of great content there. And be sure, just want to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us in our discussion, our weekly discussion, and being a subscriber. Thank you. But as I always say, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. We out. Need my kids to shut up.